Good morning. Welcome to your hip opening practice. All you need for this is just a little bit of space, maybe a yoga mat. We'll be starting with some standing poses and stretches and then moving down to the floor for the remainder of the practice. Very low key, not intense at all. We'll just be relaxing, allowing the muscles of the inner and outer hips, the glutes, the hamstrings to just relax. First, let's come into a low lunge or a runner's lunge. And all we're doing here is we're stretching through the hip flexor, outer glute of the right leg, but I'm also attempting to just warm up my ankles a little bit for when we get into our yogi squat. So feel free to have the hand on the knee, pushing in, whatever's comfortable. Toe can be untucked. You're only here for a few more seconds. And let's switch sides. This is probably one of my favorite poses to do because it's my least favorite pose because I get so short of breath, right? Because I'm so tight through my hip flexors, but I'll try not to force it. Just try and relax into it. If you can, bring your foot a little closer back to this knee so you get a little bit of the ankle stretch moving forward. And we will hold this pose later on, but for now we're just looking to mobilize, wanting to get warm. Okay? So take your feet as wide or as close as you need to. We're just going to come into a squat. And for now, the elbows are just going to rest on the knees. Now, if you can, just move forward and backward. And the heels can lift. Okay? The heels can lift. You're just wanting to warm the body up. If you could squat, even just do this for 3 minutes a day. Oh my God. Lives would change. Lives would truly change. They really would. All right, from here, we're going to go into a Cossack squat or spider lunge, Skandasana. I'm going to push into my right foot. This heel can be up off the floor, and I'm looking to keep these toes down on the floor. So I want my foot flat. I'm looking to stretch the inside of the thigh. Variations. I can be a little higher. I can have my heel down. I can be here. You hear my knee? I'm looking to stretch through my outer hip. If I need my hand down back here, I can. And my inner thigh here. Switch sides. Try and stay low in the transition. Just very chill. Again, no stress. You do whatever works for you. This is an excellent stretch for the ankles. Excellent for the inside of the thigh. If you can keep the chest up, amazing. But if you're here, that's also fine. You can move around, play around. There's benefit in this as well. Stretches the ankle, the toes. Now we're going to come back to our squat. But this time, see if you can bring the feet a little closer together and see how upright you can stay. So I'm getting better at my squats. Okay, so I used to kind of be like this. Now I can get like this. Okay, I'm not like super upright, but I'm getting there. And again, this is amazing for the spine, the hips. It's also really good for digestion, actually. Relax. Come down to your knees. Knees at 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So I'm going to bend my front leg 90 degrees, my back leg 90 degrees, and I'm just turning forward and bringing my chest forward over my front shin. So this is my right leg now. And I'm just relaxing. Do not force it. Wherever you feel resistance, just stop there. Maybe it'll start to melt forward a little bit, but you don't have to force anything. Shouldn't be short of breath. Switch sides. You'll notice that sometimes you actually want more time in the pose, right? That's good. It's really good. This is a shorter practice. It's only going to be about 10 minutes. So there's nothing wrong with turning this off and just staying in a pose or pausing it and staying in pose for a little longer. Perfectly fine. Now we're gonna go back to this pose, but now we're gonna go full pigeon. So if you can, take the back leg back straight, untuck the toes, and I'm looking to roll myself over my front shin. Your foot may be closer to the butt. That's a little less intense for the outer hip, or it may be more parallel to the top of your mat, as in straight across. Mine isn't quite there yet, as you can see. And you can be on the hands, or you can come down to the forearms. And switch sides when you're ready. I feel like I have even less time in the pose because I usually spend the first few seconds talking, and before I know it, the pose is over. But there are some good yin yoga practices on this app that you can go and do where you stay in poses for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Those are my favorites, really. Okay, come to your butt. Take the feet nice and wide. And we're just coming to a wide leg forward fold. Probably my favorite stretch, like in all of yoga. Probably my favorite pose, favorite position. That's because it's something I want to get good at, and it feels so good for my inner thighs. It feels good for my lower back, my hamstrings, everything. It's amazing. It's amazing. Let's stay here for 30 more seconds. Why not? If you're on the forearms, you can be on the hands. And I'm trying to bring my chest forward. I'm not just trying to roll forward, right? So I'm trying to bring my chest forward and come forward as far as I can. Some people might be able to pancake. I'm not there yet, but I am comfortable on my forearms these days. And I try and turn my toes up and out. Okay, push up. Bring the left leg in. We're looking to stretch the outside of the left hip. So I'm reaching from my right knee, shin, or ankle, or toes if I can. I got long arms, so it's all a farce. I got long arms and I got a short torso. And this foot can be comfortable. It might be in the thigh, maybe the foot's down here. Whatever works for you. Just trying to control your breathing. Let's switch sides. It's good for the lower back, muscles of the pelvis, some of the tendons and connectors that connect the upper to the lower body. It's really good. Really good. Now we're going to come into frog pose. So come on to the knees. Take the knees apart. The feet are flat behind you, so I'm trying to get the inside of my foot down, and I'm coming down to my forearms. I might be up on my hands. That's fine, okay? But if you can, down to the forearms. As I've said in other practices, I used to hate this pose. But I've grown to understand its benefits. And that's about it. No, I like it. I like it. I like it. It's good. I'll stay here for 15 more seconds. You can move the hips forward and backwards. Try and relax. This is a hard one for me to relax in. I have to remind myself to just, and when I do, my knees kind of slide out a little bit, and I'm like, okay. Come up onto the hands slowly. I like to bring the feet together and then just push back. Woo! Now we come in a modified half lotus. So I'm gonna go left leg in front, right leg behind. And I'm reaching up and just allow myself to fall forward. feel this on the outside of the hips immediately. Glutes. Mamacita. Mamacita. $10 a day, 5 minutes a day, stretch. I don't care what you stretch. 5 minutes a day, it will change your life. Switch sides. It will change your life. It's like, I watched this video the other day on micro-dosing exercise. If you did something for 5 minutes a day, it's 150 minutes a month. That's 2 hours of stretching, right? 2 hours of stretching a month. Or 2 hours of jump rope if you do it 5 minutes a day. 2 hours of jogging if you do it 5 minutes a day. Right? Like I don't know. I think there's a lot of value in it, especially in things you can microdose, things that are like small, that you can do anywhere, like body weight things that don't require equipment. It's a beautiful way, Relax. You can check the legs out. I always like to finish my hip openers with a few windshield wipers, just knees at 90 degrees. I'm sitting back. And if you can, you take the hands out, just a little bit of mobility. And then sometimes I like to do hip lifts, lift-offs. I do have a mobility video, right? That helps with these exercises and how important it is to be able to get up off the floor without using your hands. Okay, so if you go and find that, relax. It's excellent. Really hope you enjoyed. 10 minutes, 11 minutes maybe, hip opening. Till next time, namaste.